don't care which. We're gonna draw some hands here. Get your sketchbook out. Make sure your sketchbook is out. Here we go. Here we go. You guys all ready? Art 1 and 2, sketchbooks out, pencil or pen to draw with. Here we go. Let's bring this over here. All right, so this will be our first one will be this one. And you guys are just gonna follow along. And I'm gonna do what I do. So we'll do this one like this. All right. This one, we're just gonna make the basic shape of the hand first. So we're just gonna go like this. This side's long here. So this is the outside, it's long. Here's the top goes up and it goes back down. So that middle knuckle is the highest point. Okay, here we got our thumb. This side's short here. And we're gonna come back. We're coming back down this way because this is where the thumb attaches down here, and then we're gonna go across like this. So we're just putting this basic shape in. This is rounded right here. And then we're gonna put our wrist right there. Zoom in a little bit here. Okay. So now let's put the thumb in. Okay, the thumb, and the reason I'm putting the thumb is because the thumb's in the front. So this is coming out this way. It's coming up at an angle. And then this is coming down at an angle like so. And it's gonna come out about this far. And I'm just making visual measurements. Now, remember, the fingers are narrow at the tip and they get wide at the knuckles. So this is coming out, and this is doing this. All right. Now, the thumb, I'm zooming it as far as I can go. It's okay. So this is going back like this is going across, and this is going like that, because that's the knuckle, right? Doing that, making that shape. This is rounding, and it's kind of coming up. Okay, this is curving. This is straightish, curving. This is rounding this way. This is wrapping around here. This is wrapping. This is wrapping. So what's happening when I'm saying this is wrapping, this is pinching right here. So this is a pinch, and this out here, this is a stretch. All right, we've established that, so that's pretty accurate for the thumb. We're gonna come up here, and we're gonna redraw this. We're gonna go, okay, that line was wrong. Let's get more specific. This is coming up at an angle. This is rounded. And then we're gonna put that division line from the pointed finger to the middle finger. This is making an S curve going like this down to the nail right here. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, this is rounded. And then let's put this knuckle here. And on top of the knuckle, the reason it's pointed there is we have a tendon on top. We get a pencil. Just get a pencil, handheld pencil sharpener, yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna come down and we're gonna come back up. And let's wrap around here, and this finger's coming down at this angle, and we're gonna go like this. I'd say we're gonna go straight. Well, let's wrap around like that for the knuckle. And that's coming forward and coming down at this angle. So now what we have this basic shape, and we're dividing it into sections. And this is coming down. This is coming over. This is going back down, or arcing under, arcing over, and this is coming out diagonally. Okay, so here's where our knuckle is. That's gonna be moving over like that. So our next one's about right here, and I'm doing that lightly, and our next knuckle's about right there. Okay, so this is coming down, and we have a pinch right here. And this is wrapping, and then this skin here is bulging out, coming back in, and this is coming down. And here what I'm doing is I'm going, okay, it's coming down and it's coming forward towards us. All right, let's finish this finger. This finger I'm drawing lightly, arcing under. This next one's arcing under. And we have an S curve right here, where these fingers are pressing together. We have this really long S curve. This is going to the right, and there's a little bit of this going to the left and wrapping around, because this is cylindrical there. Okay, this is going across, and this is coming back up, going in front of those two lines. And that's communicating form by overlapping lines. When you put one line in front of another, that's communicating form. Okay, we have tension, we have stretching happening here. That skin stretching, and another line that's stretching and wrapping around. Okay, so that's our, let's do this, is round this out. That's a muscle. We have these tendons coming down. Values in now. So now what we do next is we go, okay, where is the division between light and then this right here? This is rounding right here. This is the division, this is a dividing line between light and shadow. So I'm just zigzagging back and forth, or scribbling. Now there's a little bit of light right here, so I'm gonna gently take my eraser and erase that out. And I'm gonna go, okay, that's going down and outward, okay? And then here, that's the dividing line between light and shadow as well. And we're going to go like that. Okay, so now what am I thinking there? What I'm thinking there is I'm thinking, okay, let's go up to this knuckle too. This knuckle right here, we're going to go over. I'm going to go over slightly and then come down like this. That's a dividing line between light and shadow. Let's round that out a bit. And right here, this thumb, right here, and right here, that's a division of light and shadow. And I'm going to take that just all the way down to this section right there. And that's wrapping around. This is wrapping around. This is wrapping around. So I'm lightly putting down light value. Because what's happening is the reason the knuckles are lighter is because it's pushing all the blood out from that area and it gets lighter. Okay. Here's another shadow right here where the tendon is on this knuckle up here. And here's another, I would say, delineation of where that tendon is. And we can soften that. And I want to wrap this around. What these wrapping lines that I'm putting in, these values, these are called cross contour lines, okay? So they're called cross contour lines. A contour is a curve, okay? Now we're going to go like this. We're going to wrap that around that finger because that's a little bit darker. That's a little bit darker. Do I see any other shadow areas? Right here, this is like a triangle. It's coming down. Let's fill that in. Okay, and then there's a cast shadow. The ends of the fingers here are making a cast shadow on the palm of the hand. So this cast shadow is doing this. It's wrapping around like this. It's below the fingers. Right here. So I'm making that decision. I'm going, making that observation of that cast shadow. Now this needs to be darker. I'm going to push down harder to make this darker than the other shadows that I put down. So I'm pushing down harder so this pops. What does that mean when I say it pops? What it means is there's contrast, okay? We want contrast. Okay, and a variety of contrast is going to create interest. Okay? And realism. All right, now, so the thing that's happening here, we got to make this, down here, we're going to make this a shadow line. And we're going to make this a triangular shadow line. There's more shadow here, and then it narrows here. And then here we're going to round this out like this. This is going to be wider down here, and it's going to a long triangle once again. There's lots of triangles in the human body. And even this, what we'll do is we're going to scribble back and forth like that. And then here we're going to scribble back and forth like this diagonally. And there's a little separation in the middle, little tendon here. So we're going to lightly scribble back and forth like that. And then this, we want to go like this lightly. Okay. And here we want to go like this. And this is going to communicate that this is rounded. Okay, that's cylindrical. It's actually going like this. It's rounding in this direction. You can see those really small, thin lines that are wrapping around. And even right here in the middle here, we want to put that. That's a major crease right there in the hand. Right here, let's make this a little bit darker. This is the core shadow area. The core shadow is the darkest part of a shadow on an object. And it usually happens when there's a transition where the shadows, light and shadow is divided. And I'm making these straightish lines because it's giving direction of the form. So I'm going really light. These are hatching lines that I'm using. And as I'm drawing and creating a work of art of any type, drawing, painting, sculpture, digital, traditional, I'm keeping tabs. I'm stopping as I'm working on my art and asking myself, what can I make better? This goes across here on the wrist, a little bit lighter, light pressure. And I'm asking myself, what needs value? What can I make better? What can I make different? And I'm doing some blending. Blending, we're going like this. We're pushing harder to softer, okay? And so I'm doing that in this core shadow area. I'm blending downward on each of these fingers. I'm going, starting at the top, blending down. Starting at the top, blending down. So I'm moving, repeatedly moving down and getting those. There's a crease right there. This also needs to have a little bit more value here at the end of that finger anyway, and the end of this finger too. Values, 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 okay? Do I need a smudge? No, I don't need to smudge. Can I smudge? Sure. But be careful how you smudge, you know, like when you're doing it, you could do it with the form. And don't just smudge the whole thing, because we want values that, we want those light values. We don't want to smudge the whole thing and mess it all up. So let's do this. Can we out of here? Oh, we're almost out here. Okay, cool. So the last thing that I want to do is I really want to make this hand pop from the background. What we're going to do is we're just going to like push down hard and go outward. Push down hard here along the edge. And we're going to go outward. And we'll go around this whole hand. Now, what I want you guys to do, and of course, and I'm not going to check it, is go home and do this again and again and again and again and again. Take what I've taught you last week and this week and progress. Get better. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to, but you know what I mean? While this is fresh in your mind. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get into start getting into charcoal, which is an amazing medium. You can see how now when I'm pushing down pretty hard and blending that out, this really starts to pop. It helps give it a sense of three dimensions even more, you know? All right, let's go. I'm gonna Put your name on there. It's 12/12/2024 period 7. All right, sweet. That's it. Thank you for your guys' attention. Appreciate it. Have an awesome day.